in a little bit here, I'm going to show you guys how I make coffee when I'm out in the woods, on the water, pretty much everywhere but home, because I haven't had my morning coffee yet and I want some. And it's pretty cool how I make it when I'm out filming, so I'm gonna do a whole spot about that. I said I was gonna show you guys how I make coffee, and I meant it, because I want to just have some coffee and sit down here by the river and chill out. If that tool offends you, you're on the wrong channel. All right, everybody. So this is how I make coffee when I'm out on the water, at the river, pretty much anywhere but my house. I got this great little kit here. No camera angle seems to be the right one today. So in the kit, I'm gonna bring this up. I'm just gonna bring these things to you one at a time. So in the kit, I always keep some powdered creamer, and then my coffee, obviously. Now, oh, into the mud. Come on, bro. I'm a professional. Oh. So this coffee is made by Gunpowder and Lead Coffee Company. There is a link in the description of this video, along with a discount code where you guys can get some of your own. The owner, Aaron, is a local to me, great guy. He's all about local community and mutually beneficial relationships, and this stuff is just phenomenal. If I didn't think it was truly great coffee, I wouldn't tell you guys to buy it. I drink this every single day now. It is fantastic. I love it. But so I have my coffee grounds in here. A lot of times I'll carry whole bean and then grind it up myself. The grinder is not in here right now for me to show you, mostly just because I didn't need it today, so I took it out. I've got my moka pot. I'm going to show you more about that in a second. And then I've got a fuel can, and my little stove packs up inside this cup here. Super compact little kit. It's pretty great. The first thing we're going to do is get the moka pot ready. Moka. I don't know how you actually say it. So if you do know and I'm saying it wrong, I don't care. This one's made by Remote Designs. I like it a lot. Last I checked, they were out of stock, but there are some very, very similar, if not pretty much identical, on Amazon, and there's a link in the description below. Pretty much whatever I'm showing you, there's a link down there. All right. The way this pot works is you put your grounds in that little tray there. You fill this with water. As you can tell, it's very well used. Up to just below the, helps if it's in the frame, up to just below the pressure valve there. Fill it up with water, put your grounds in, screw it all back together. And when you apply heat to the bottom and the water boils, it pushes the water up through the pot and comes out into the coffee chamber. Don't know if that's what it's called. That's what I call it. Right there. Look how shiny and beautiful that is. But the coffee comes over there, and as it goes, if it's coming out too fast, you just lift it up off the flame there, and then you got your coffee. Let's get the grounds in there. This is not a level workstation. We're actually going to have to... This is great for demonstration purposes, but I'm going to need something level to actually do this. I'll tell you guys what. Since I'm done fishing anyway, I'm going to pack this stuff up and go up to the Jeep, and then we'll make the coffee up there. You know what? We can make the coffee and still sit down here by the river, because it's flat here. Yeah, let's do that. We're going to stay right here and make our coffee. This is a way more convenient situation for making coffee when you're out and about than I'm making it look. I promise. Oh, let's see. Cowboy blend or Cinnabon? Let's go Cinnabon. Cinnabon sounds like a good idea. You like that catch, didn't you? How's the level? It's like I've done this a time or two. Water level's perfect. This is the best part. Oh. I wish you guys could smell that. So good. Hold that. Yeah, that'll work. How much coffee you need to put in really depends on personal preference. With some kind of like cheap, like store box brand kind of coffee, you're going to need to pretty much fill it to the max. And then it still might be might leave a little bit desired. With gunpowder and lead coffee company stuff, the high quality stuff, it doesn't take much at all. The flavor is very, very robust. I really should have got the stove ready first, so I didn't have to balance the thing with the water in it, but that's okay. All right, these spin out around it. Flip the little feet out. Get that good and level. There we go. Flame doesn't have to be crazy high. You can run it crazy high. What I do is I like to keep the lid open so I can watch, and as soon as the coffee starts flowing out of the top, I'll lift it off a little bit usually so we don't get it cooking too fast. If you're feeling a little impatient, you can crank it up a little. Now when it starts flowing, I'm going to grab the camera, show you guys what's going on and how I regulate it. And really, with this type of pot, you can't really cook it too fast because as soon as the water is hot enough, it's going to start flowing. You can use these things on campfires, coals, jet burners, your stove. If you've never used a moka pot, super, super, super easy to do. I do like to turn it, I kind of messed up a little bit. I do like to turn it so that the openings where the coffee is going to come out do not face towards me in case they do come out some super aggressive spray because I don't want to get burned. Hey, what's up, dude?
Hey, what's up, homie?
Hey, you're on camera because I'm filming.
Are you guys doing your wedding and reception at the same place?
Yeah, yes.
You're doing the food there too?
Yep, everything.
Who's doing the catering?
Rebel Pig in Palmyra. Barbecue place.
How much is your venue?
That's a Kelly question.
Really? You don't know?
All right, guys, see how it started flowing? I'm talking to you and the camera. I honestly, truthfully don't know. So it's not flowing too fast.
Are you on the river?
Yeah, give me 1 second. You see how the coffee is not flowing too fast, so I don't have to lift it off. But as soon as it starts picking up like that, we lift it up off the flame, let it come back. All right, go ahead, Trey.
What are you talking about there, Steve? Can you get me live on the video?
So I've got my moka pot with me and I'm brewing coffee out here at the river.
Did you ever tell them about the time that I used a reused K-cup filter?
Are we really going to talk about this again?
Is it true that you once used sand on the side of the river to boil your coffee?
I did once use sand on the side of the river to boil my coffee. I had to do this really fancy Indian chant beforehand.
And you were in your buffalo briefs.
I was in my buffalo briefs.
I think us and the viewers, Steve, need to see another underwear video. That was one of your best ones. So coming from one of your #1 followers, we are requesting that you do that. And also for 2026, guys, I want you to link a comment below and let's ask Steve and encourage Steve that he's going to fish one tournament next year, a bass tournament, Moyak bass tournament, using only a Snoopy pole.
I'm not doing that in the tournament. I mean, I might.
What about a yak pot? What about a Wednesday night yak pot?
Yeah, maybe.
All right,
So
you heard it here, guys. Drop the comment below if you want to see Steve fish a tournament with a Snoopy pole.
you know,
All right, I gotta go.
do you? All right.
No, not really. Not really. Not
No.
really. You want me on this one?
Well, I was going to reference or speak about what you referenced. So Trey mentioned having to use a reused K-Cup. So Trey came to stay with me one time for a tournament before Mark Twain Lake, and he must have asked me 10 times if I was sure that I had coffee for the morning. And I'm like, yeah, I've got coffee. Well, then it turned out in the morning we did not, because either Kira or myself had used the last K-Cup. And Trey channeled his inner prison Trey and took that used K-Cup, put it right back into the coffee machine, and ran that son of a bitch. That was nasty.
I felt like I was back in my addiction because, we used to do rinses like that. I can't think of how many times I got high reusing the same drugs. But, yeah, there we go. I went from drugs to coffee, so I guess I am living my best life.
Dude, you are living your best life. You're getting married next year. Your fiance and her mother went hunting with you this weekend.
Boy, she missed a big 8-pointer last night. Came up. I felt like Dan the Great, if you guys have ever seen that little skit that he does where he's like, take your time.
I don't know who that is.
It's funny, but I rushed the shot. I stopped the deer. It was a good shot, but she was nervous. First time ever firing at a deer. And she gave him a haircut. We're going to be back at it tonight, see if she can get one.
Dude, if she would have smoked a deer on her first attempt and it would have been an 8-point buck, that would have been like almost bad juju.
With an old 30-30 lever shot, iron sights. I got her out there with really a difficult gun, but probably a gun all of us grew up using. But they're nothing compared to the accuracy that they have now. Great brush gun.
Dude,
I
wouldn't.
She pulled up on it, didn't hesitate, fired. I was really proud of her.
I would not call that gun anything but phenomenal. You know what they call that gun?
That's the old brush gun. That's the old rifleman.
The 30-30 lever action is often referred to as the rifle that won the West, because
that's cool.
They're incredibly reliable, incredibly accurate, and just a hell of a lot of fun to shoot.
They are. They're fun. They don't kick hard. They're not super, super loud. And they just knock stuff in the dirt, man.
Yeah, they're great rifles. I'm actually pretty impressed that she even got that close on her first attempt.
That deer was not, 30, 40 yards away.
She even shot a gun before this?
This was, she's did some target practicing with some handguns, but first time that she's ever put a rifle in her hand.
Dude, to get that close is badass. Especially people wouldn't always get that close shooting at like a deer target. We're talking about an actual deer taking her first shot at a living thing, and she almost got it. That's good.
Yeah, we're going to get one tonight. I'm going to try to get it on video, and if I do, I'll send it to you.
Trey, I wish you could taste this coffee. It's phenomenal.
Well, you know what? Season's not far away, and I know we'll be fishing together, so I look forward to it.
This is going to be your favorite video when I post it. It's not going to be very long, but I didn't catch a single fish in this video. All I did was fall down hills, break off lures, fall in the water, get mad.
And now you're drinking some coffee.
And now I'm sitting here by the river drinking coffee, talking to you.
Sounds like an amazing day. And it's your Sunday. You're out there. This is your church, and it's pretty cool that this is your church. So,
amen, brother.
All right, I love you.
Love you too, buddy.
All right.
See ya.